You're on.
Am I on?
Yeah.
Am I on? Good morning, everybody. Very, what would you call it? A few hours sleep last night in between. So, what I'm going to talk about now for the next few next 45 minutes before we go on, we'll be talking about the sport and why we've done this, and basically why we do sport and why we do what we do in the schools and that. So first of all, we started off at 6 o'clock last night with the boxercise with my two boys. That's another big one that we have in the schools. The kids love boxercise. So we started off with the boxercise, and they Jude and Lucas absolutely loved it. I think I must have chose the hottest part of the evening. No one knew it was going to be that hot from 6 till 7, but the boys did really well. And we started with that boxercise, and then we moved on to, of course, my wife doing gymnastics at 7 till 8, which was absolutely brilliant with Maisie. And as I said, we all we're doing, we're aiming to do as many sports as possible in 24 hours. It is hard, but I tell you now, right, it's all for a great cause, and we love doing what we're doing. We are very tired this morning, but it is quite funny that it's like being a kid when you've gone out camping and you're just like, oh, at the end of it, ah. But by 7 o'clock tonight, all of this will be over and done with, and this cause, we would have raised money for such a great cause, as I said, with the NHS and what's going on and what's making this world such a difficult and horrible place for everyone at the moment, and these poor nurses and people that lost their loved ones. So we moved on. We went to gymnastics, and then we moved on to Sienna over in Malton. Poor girl, she's absolutely amazing dancer, and she put one of these records on, and YouTube again just kicked her straight out with it being saying that it was royalty and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully we'll get her back today, because she's an awesome dancer that lives down in London, and I'm looking forward to try and getting her back today so she can do her piece. And then, of course, we moved to an amazing dance match between me and the wife. I took her apart. I won 2-1. I showed her who was the boss. You know what I mean? Champion. No, to be fair, it was a really good match. I mean, watching my wife play darts was like watching Tessa Sanderson and Fatima Whitbread throw a javelin with her back foot. Do you know what I mean? So it was quite funny, and it was good. It was good. A very good darts match, but very funny, and we loved it. Absolutely loved it. And then, of course, we moved on to a nice little bit through the evening, like from 10 to 11 with Jordan doing a quiz, which is a sports quiz. Honestly, it's the first time I've actually seen him in 10 weeks. He's been in quarantine for about that long, and we haven't seen him. So it'd be nice to see you. Nice to have Jordan to actually see his face again. And then of course we moved on to Joe again, from 11 till 12, which was conditioning, bless her heart. So she was jumping around 11 till 12, and it was quite hard for her, because at that time of night, I'm not being funny, Joe's usually in bed by 7:30 watching Blacklist or watching something on her movie channel upstairs. So and then after that we brought Lucas in with me to play pool. Paul, watching my boys play pool, it just shows that we're not pub people, because his hands, honestly, and they're all over the shop, they were like spiders when he was trying to play pool. So, it was that was testing. That was a bit testing for us, but he enjoyed it. So we had 3 games of that, and then income Jude that come on around. I think Jude come on about about 20 past 1 to about 20 past 2. Snooker, so we had snooker, so I think both of us at that time were just getting even, really, really tired because you've been on your feet all day, and it was funny because we just kept missing shots. So yeah, and then as I said, we done our bits and bobs through the night, and then Joe comes straight back on at 6 till 7, and Joe done another the gymnastics one. So she has worked really hard so far with the gymnastics, and like you say, we're worried about a little bit of sleep deprivation, but you think of it, right, all these poor nurses and that are running around wards all night and having to worry about fighting this horrible disease. So there you go. That's a little bit of about what we did. So later on, I'm even forgot the time now. It's 7:10. From 8 till 9, then comes cricket. I'm going to get the schedule up now because once I've washed my face and got myself back into some sort of normal activity again, I think the schedule's coming over to me now. So there you go. So let's have a look. So here we go. It's quite a long schedule. Here we are. So Joe's routine was 6 till 7, cricket. So from 8 till 9 comes cricket with me and Lucas and Jude, which I honestly don't think they're going to get up, so I'm going to be playing one man in cricket, I think, by the looks of it. And all these sports are good fun. So I've got cricket, and then we've got fitness by Sarah. She's a great girl, she is, with great kids and a lovely husband, so we're looking forward to that. And then, of course, 10 to 11 is crossbar challenge and penalties. I hope, to be fair, that Seb Scalise gets one right in the head while Fabian's shooting penalties and goal kicks at him, because he deserves the ball right on the forehead. And then, of course, we've got Dino from Northampton Tennis, unbelievable tennis player, travelled all over the world in competitions. He'll be doing his piece. And then, of course, we have our very own Jack, who will be doing a workout, a little bit interval training. I don't know how he's going to wake up. He's been up all night. I don't know where he's got his energy from. And then, of course, we get on 2 till 3 we get rugby by Ben O'Grady, who's unbelievable, great kid. He's going to do his hour. Joe comes back for gymnastics 3 till 4. I come back with football 4 till 5, and then the last hour will be a bit of fun, a bit of a laugh with me, Joe, and the kids, just to finish the day off. But as I said, should be amazing. Now, the things that I have, can I just pass me that water, please? Right, okay. Just wet the whistle because coffee does dry. So I just want to know if you are watching, have you enjoyed the videos so far? Maybe a lot of you are still in bed, to be fair, so there's probably not going to be a lot of you watching and listening to me so early in the morning. I really do appreciate all of my coaches that have put this together. And everyone that's, all of my friends and all of my footballers or gymnastics parents that have actually come together and done their own little bit. So that's been absolutely brilliant. So and like I say, what we're trying to do is have an element of seriousness, but hopefully, when charity, I'm more on the side of just like having a laugh and still doing it. But I want the parents and the children to interact together. That would be absolutely fantastic. Do you know what I mean? Because this is what we want, really. So my other thing is, right, in the next hour or two when I go off, hopefully everyone will be starting to wake up by then, and they'll be ready for another day's sport. Now, I will be getting up on my poor dogs. I've never seen my dog like this, Cookie. I mean, he's flat out at the moment. It's because he's usually asleep by 11:30. He's not even woke up. He's flat out, bless him. So he's absolutely, he's well fast asleep at the moment. Now, so I want to know, like, if how you feel like at the moment, right? I'm finding it quite difficult. You know, I've been really busy with my schools and going into schools with the key workers and doing all that, and I find that you know, keeping fit is really hard, because I can train really hard, and for 2 weeks, and I can like lose weight really quick, boom. But then as soon as I start, I miss a week, then you're back to the normality of putting on weight, because of you know, you're at that age now. So keeping fit, I don't know how your tips are. I know people turn around and say, well, you know, you can't eat, you can't do this, you got to watch this, you got to watch that. But it's really hard when you're in and out, and sometimes you haven't got that time to sit down and eat a meal, or like that. Do you know what I mean? So I find I used to eat, when I used to be about 10 years ago. It was easy, you know. You could put it on and you could keep it off or whatever, and it was good. So, you know what I mean. I want to know why. What makes you enjoy sport, really? You know, I think for me, sport is something that brings everyone together. I think what, you know, I love my job. I love working with the children. I think, you know, working with children is one of the best things you can do, because, you know, there's so many children out there that don't have good home lives, and you know, and do find it hard, you know, to integrate with different things in schools. And if I can change, you know, a children's life, or they feel like, instead of getting what they're getting at home, or something might not be right at home, they can come to me in the day, and they can all, you know, they can be happy and have that, even have that hour in the day where I'm gonna make them smile, or big them up for that hour, and make them think, do you know what, right, this is great, I love this, and that's my kind of stuff, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I want to make sure, when I am working with my children in the schools, whether being coaching football with them, or whether they're being in my teams, you want to have to make that little bit of effort just to, what would I call it, to help them out, if you know what I mean. Now, as you hear as my voice is not in the best, so over the last few years, my voice has got deeper and deeper. So how kids understand me, I don't know sometimes, because it is very deep. So, you know, but as I said, as long as I can change, you know, a child's life, and they go away from a primary school, and they have memories where, you know, there's times where, you know, maybe sad somewhere else, but when they come over to us, you know, me, Joe, Jack, Jordan, Harvey, all the coaches that we've got, Ben O'Grady, you know, the coaches and all that sort of stuff, that they come, they enjoy it, they enjoy that, and they go away and they think 20 years down the line, oh my gosh, do you know what, Gavin and all them coaches and Joe, and as I said, we had the best time ever, and we remember that. And they, you know, when they get older and they have their children, they install that kind of activeness to get up and be active, and make sure, and not be sitting on an Xbox and all that sort of stuff. So it is pretty difficult, and that's what I'd like to achieve with me, way beyond when I'm long gone, that my children, if they work for me, like Jordan or Jude or Lucas, they install that in the children, because, as I said, it has to be fun. They have to enjoy it, and they have to make sure that, you know, they're active. You know what I mean? Because it's a hard way back if you're not active. Very hard. So that's what I'm saying. Now, enough said about that now. As I said, now, when I look at what's going on in these hospitals, I mean, it's changed everybody's life. It's been absolutely awful. I mean, you look at it, I think, my gosh, going back in, we heard about this disease in, I don't know what it was, December, end of December. And then by January, and then February, then all of a sudden it's took everyone's, by this massive, it's changed everyone's life, because in my lifetime, being, or everyone's lifetime, who would have thought this would have happened? It's like something out of a film. It's so surreal, with people, losing their lives to this horrible disease. Not just one or two. You've got nearly 8.5, nearly 20,000 people that have lost their lives to this horrible disease, and and it's horrible and it's scary, everyone who gets a sneeze or a cold or anything like that thinks, oh my gosh, have I got this disease? And it's pure panic, and it is very, very hard to even think about having what would I call it, a normal life, where you just think, oh my gosh, you can just run through life and go out for an hour to exercise, or, so I just think this has got to be the worst thing, and this is what I said, I've been saying at schools for a long time, what the children should be doing now is getting time capsules, and I think they should be using time capsules now, because in this time, right, and how this has happened, in this present time, is that, you think of it, no one ever in their wildest dreams would have thought a pandemic would hit the world so badly. No one, because, we if you look at what's going on, we always think, oh my God, we're untouchable. We're Great Britain, or we're America, or we're bliss, we're all that. But it's affected everyone. So how I look at it is, you could be a movie star, right, yeah, or you could be Joe Bloggs on the street. But there's none of this. There's no one higher and there's no one lower. We're all on a level par. We are on a level par. And a level par, that means that, we should all be working together to beat this disease. And if people would just, some of the people that are doing what they're doing and doing the greatest job and actually doing as they're told, unbelievable. But then you do get the other people that are being very selfish, which they shouldn't be, because the only way we're going to beat this, and the only way we're going to get back to normal, is if we all join together and we work. I know it's hard, I know it's really difficult with what's going on. I really understand that, but I'm telling you now, right, in 6 or 7 months' time, when we've all done what we've needed to do properly, and basically, beat this disease, and there's a vaccine and all that, we will look back at this, as I said, and it'll be something in history that no one would have ever thought would have happened. No one. And as I said, children now should be making little time capsules. They should be putting them aside, because when they get older, God bless their heart, and nothing ever happens again like this, they really should be looking at it now and thinking, to that, when I was a child, back when I was at primary or wherever, this is something that changed everybody's lives. Do you know what I mean? So, that's something we have to think about. So let's just type right in 6 months' time, or whatever, how long it takes, because it might take a little bit longer, that we're clear of this. We can all go back to normality, because I do think once this is over and done with, I'm hoping when it boils down to it, this equals to me more active people, more children getting off their Xboxes and not sitting on their Xboxes, or parents, thinking, oh, I don't need to go for a walk, let the kid, things that you can all do together, because I think this has changed the world, and I think it will change the world. So being more, doing more things with your children, or doing more things with your dad, your nan, or whatever. Just having them times, where you think, it's because eventually, right, and I know what will happen, and it's basically life, and this is what happens. You'll go back to, we all go back to our lives and our rat race of life, where everyone goes back to normality, and but so there you go. Now for me, we've always done everything free. So our classes have been completely free. We all me and Joe and my coaches have all ever wanted to do was just put videos on YouTube. That's all we wanted to do. I'm not interested in what will be with me. I'm not interested in this. I'm not interested in money. All I want to do is I just basically want to be free. So my children or whoever's children can have a look, interact with me, or Joe, or any of my coaches, and they can look at it and think, whenever I don't have to do this and I don't have to do that, I just go onto YouTube and basically subscribe. Tennis, cricket, football, boxercise, gymnastics, all the things that we do, that's basically what I wanted to do. And from the start, what's happened, that's all I've ever wanted. I just want people to be, to just be able to subscribe to us. And if this carries on for another 3 months, 4 months, so be it. You've got your videos now from the 24-hour marathon. You've got the videos that have been going on now since we've been in lockdown for nearly 8 weeks. They're all there. You can all try them. If you've got a back garden, try them in the back garden. I mean, if you got a flat, just try and make room. Try and improvise. It's hard. I know it is. I really know it's hard. It's so hard for people that have got no room, and I totally understand that. I totally do understand that, and I do feel sorry for all them people that haven't got room. But just try and do a little bit where you can shove something, to the side, and basically, and do that just to make yourself feel a little bit better. Because endorphins, when you're exercising, are the best things. I can't wait till this is, when this is over, I can probably start eating again healthy and start having my shakes and that, and I'm back to normality. But so there you go. But what I wanted to share with you and all right for the next 7 weeks, I've got a chat show now on Instagram, live on Instagram, which you need. These are brilliant. I mean, I've got some absolutely huge names coming, and I don't think these names are absolutely massive around wherever you go, so Wednesday, live on Instagram, I've got Callum Robertson of Sheffield United. And these are free. You just go on and you listen, because if you're a footballer or a sports person, all you need to do is just go on and listen. If you want to be a professional footballer, or you want to hear how people's careers progress from being a child, and I mean, Callum Robinson is from Northampton. He's come all the way from. He's gone Villa, Preston, and moved from the 9 million, moved to Sheffield United. And I mean, that's a massive thing. So we've got him this Wednesday. So look at my Instagram. If you listen, I don't push anyone to anything, but it's a very good listen because it's good for the children. Everything that I try and do here is good for the children. If you want to improve your game, football. It's fantastic. The following week, I've got Daniel Cutting, world's #1 freestyler, 5 times world champion, Guinness Book of Records. There's another one. It's absolutely brilliant. And then after that, I've got Eddie McGoldrick. Oh my gosh, he's been in the squad for the World Cup. He's played for, Arsenal. Won a Cup Winners' Cup with Arsenal. Huge personality, lovely man. He won a championship better with Northampton. He's played at Man City. He's played at some massive clubs. So, you know, and then of course, then we move to Tonga where if you are a rugby player, what, you know, with the Saints, if you love the Saints and you love rugby, this man is the most beautifulest man, gentle giant, who absolutely is a fantastic man. And that's one thing. Again, you go with someone who's played in the World Cup, who's played for the Saints. He's played in France. He's done everything in rugby, and he's an absolutely beautiful man. And then, of course, then we come back to Chantel Cameron, world champion boxer, next to fight Katie Taylor, lightweight division. I mean, that is absolutely huge. She's been IBO world champion. I mean, I mean, look at that for a name. It's and there's another one. If you love your boxing and you love boxing stories, I love my boxing. I absolutely adore it. There's a big name there, another big name. And then at the end we've got Dan Brown, #United. Massive YouTuber, footballer. Unbelievable. Lovely man, lovely family man. He's coming on. He's even spared his time to come on. And he's got so much going on. Another lovely man. So all of them names, what we've got, are all big people that, you know, that are coming on to my live chats, which I just think it's absolutely amazing. I really do. And that's there for the children, you know, and that's all it is. As I said, your parents and children can sit and listen to these. I'm hoping by Wednesday my voice is a little bit lighter and not so gravelly, because it is very gravelly at the moment. So we need to get that sorted out for Wednesday so we can get a really good interview in. But as I said to you, what I really want to say is, listen, I you know, I'm a people person. I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't. You know, from what's been going on with the NHS, I'm absolutely, you know, it's been so upsetting for so many people, and you watch it every day, and it's, you know, them poor people again passing away, and families being broken up. It's absolutely awful. So the reason why I done this was, first of all, was to raise money for the NHS, because that's what I wanted to do with all of our coaches, because we're a unity. Raise it, then you know, it doesn't matter what you raise. It doesn't matter if you've raised £200 or even if you've raised £100. People that are doing this is unbelievable, because they're actually making a difference. That extra £100 or £50 or whatever it is can make a difference to someone's life. So, you know, and then and as I said, when, you know, the part of me is for the children and all, to get to do all of these. As you would have heard me on Heart FM yesterday, about what we do and how we do it, and that's what it is really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, listen, please YouTube, like, subscribe, because all I want to do is I just want to get up to a place where we can screen it and not have to fiddle about with different, like, we're not here to, you know, make loads of money on it, because you don't make loads of money. We just want a decent screening base. So all you need to do is like, subscribe, GLK Academies, and that's all you need to do. Now listen to me, there's plenty more sport coming up, you know what I mean? So 8 o'clock, we're back on it. It's turned a bit cold in my back garden, but I don't care. I'm here now for the duration. So all I want to say is, keep donating, keep watching, you know, and we'll keep entertaining. Okay, so take care. See you all soon. Have a great day. Bye bye.